Hey, yo, what up? So it is Tuesday the 7th. We are in day two of week four. I think that I've only averaged like one vlog a week, which is pretty tragic. I would have liked to recap the first week and the second week and the third week. I missed yesterday, even after saying that I wanted to start doing a vlog every day. I now have it set as a reminder. So hopefully these will become more consistent. In class today, we did wireframing, which is basically laying out a website before you begin to lay out a website. Um, Also, I'm going to try not to say so much. I watched a video the other day and I was just saying all day long, and it's just like being back in high school. It's terrible. So it's basically like the bones of a website. It's really nice because it's not something I ever thought to do, but I know will save time in the long run. Also, there are murmurs and whisperings of the Q1 project. I haven't got around to looking at it, but I imagine it's going to be involving pulling an API. Look at this. What's going on here? Cool? Bad. Bull? Bull. Whatever. Um, I imagine it's going to be involved pulling an API. I don't know how much of this that I want to dive into. I want to start making something. If it's something that I learned from the Friday scrimmage and from the Saturday hackathon, it's that I really need to find like data that is manageable. A good API is more important at this point in my future. I mean, in this development stage, a good API is more important to me than a great idea. I can find a good API that I can work with, and from then I can formulate an idea. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to go down a road of, oh, I have this great idea. How do I execute it? And I think that's a recipe for disaster. I think you kind of rabbit hole I think you kind of box yourself into a corner by doing that. At least with like interesting data that I can work with, I can do a whole bunch of different things, and finding a decent amount of APIs that I can do it with reliably can then give me diversity. So that's the route I'm going to go. I'm still going to put down ideas that I have. But right now, one of the things that I kind of want to work on as like a tracking thing or a stretch thing is, so my family is really, really, really big. And I mean, really, really big, not like ginormous, but big enough that I have mom, dad, Sarah, Angie, Dylan, James, that's me, Jessica, Logan, and Daisy. So that's 9 people in our family, and each of them, and then Sarah. I mean, Sarah has a husband. Angie has a husband with 2 kids. Dylan is divorced with a kid. Jessica has a kid and another kid on the way. Their boyfriend. Logan and Cherie are in Colorado Springs. I mean, Daisy has volleyball tournaments, and on top of that, you try to throw in like kids' birthdays, or I know days, like dates, not even days. I can't tell you. Hey, I can tell like months from my nieces and nephews, and it's terrible. We all live very close to each other, but just like for me, there's just no time. I don't prioritize. I can't spend however many hours a day, or however long a day, or even a week trying to like keep up on everybody's life. And it sounds fucking terrible, but that's the reality of it. Like my family's there. There's kind of the structure that it's always been. That's just kind of the way we are. It's just understood that if you need someone's help, you ask for their help. But I would like it to be more interactive and more development. So I want some way that I can have like, hey, someone can tell me, hey James, it's Angie. This is what's going on in Hazel and Sully's life. This month. Here's some important dates for you. She starts this. She starts this. Here's when she's doing a presentation. Daisy. Here's when her volleyball game is. Here's when Crossroads is. Here's when we're going to be out of town. Our mom and dad's anniversary coming up. Is Sarah and Ryan's anniversary coming up? Is Angie and Chris's anniversary coming up? Here are important dates for Dylan. And it seems silly, but like I'm not on Facebook, and having a place where I can just see and visualize that stuff every day and give me a constant reminder. It's better than Google Calendar because I think it gives context. It's it's a little bit more depth than just saying, than just being like, oh, it's Ryan Fitch's birthday. I want something with like a little bit more depth, something that feels a little bit more connection. But I'm not on Facebook, and I think that also on Facebook you get a lot of watered down bullshit. I don't want to watch Dad repost Drudge articles, and I don't want to watch Angie post whatever mom article she posts. Like, cool, I know it's important to you, but I don't know. Also, I'm not on Facebook. I think I said that, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm not on it. And I don't want to be. I'm over that. Some things that I want to think about for future stretch. I want to scrub whatever Twitter I have. I think it's old, and who knows what the hell is on there. But I don't think anything crazy. But I want to basically change it to like a tech Twitter, so that way I can use it for information, essentially, and get updated on like the tech side of things. Reddit is cool. I've barely even on Reddit anymore. I just don't have time to check the news. The API that I'm thinking about building right now is one of two. I want to find a way to make that Is There a Fucking Rockies Game website better, and I want to make a way to maybe customize a homepage for myself. Right now I'm working on pulling the stuff from the Times, which I think will be pretty cool, and I think working with small stuff and then turning into bigger stuff, like working with Reddit API, is probably going to be pretty cool. But right now I want to work on the Times, and my general idea for Q1 is to make basically an interactive homepage that I can come there, I can see everything, it's clear, concise, and I'm done. That's the idea behind like subreddits and Reddits, like a Reddit homepage. I don't have the time to do all that. I'd rather knock out two birds with one stone, start with the Times, maybe add like some sports trackers on there, scrape some Reddit stuff. We'll see. As far as progress in the course goes, I am consistently worried that I just don't know enough JavaScript. I mean, we're all moving forwards, and I want to make sure that I have a solid foundation going into Angular, or I think SQL, that when we circle back around, I'm just not completely just done. I'm not just completely lost. It's becoming apparent that I can't just do functions every single day, though. Like, my brain's wearing out. I don't know if part of that is from this ADHD medication, which, by the way, I'm getting changed this week. I'm pretty stoked to get on Vyvanse. Hopefully it lives up to the reputation. I'm just like so up and down. It's terrible. I need to be consistent. Also, this week in class is a pretty soft week. It's great. Really trust this. You really just got to trust the process, man. These guys know exactly what you're doing. We're sitting in class and someone's like, give us more, give us more, give us more. And then, you're in class, then you're sitting there and you're like, all right, what can I do? And then you're just brain dead. You realize that no matter, like, if they would have thrown stuff at you, it wouldn't even have stuck. It's these guys know what they're doing. Absolutely. What else? I don't know if I'm going to make this as like a personal vlog or blog. I might, but I think that I will, just to throw in some twinges of stuff. I think the more concise it is, the better. But on a personal front and on a personal opinion front, I am dating somebody for the first time, and seriously dating somebody for the first time in a very long time. The way I feel about her is not really a way that I felt about somebody for a very long time, so I'm pretty excited about that. Of course, this rolls through as I start school and need to be serious about something this specifically. I'd rather only focus on school, and that's what I'm going to try to do. She knows where my time needs to be, which I'm super thankful for. Also, what's funny with this girl is that I just get tired of things pretty easily, and I just keep expecting to wake up in the morning or get a text from her and just be like, God, I'm just over it. Leave me the fuck alone. Because that just happens in my brain. And I feel bad, but it happens. I just get tired of things really quickly. Haven't felt that way with this girl yet. And I don't know. It's pretty cool. So I feel overall pretty good. I am kind of stressing about the Q1 projects, but I think other people are stressing a lot more. And I think that stems from the fact that I just trust this process. I don't know if I am should be more stressed, but on Friday I will let you know. They're going to give us all the guidelines and everything like that. I don't really know what we're doing tomorrow, but I'm sure it's going to be the same old. Also, I'm staying up on my Habitica and on doing like my notes and reminders. I'm getting to the point where when I think about it, instead of saying I'll do it later, I write it down right then. And I think that's a great habit to get in. I'm just so used to with ADHD trying to remember to complete a task that I'm like, oh, I'll do it later, and then I completely forget about it. But I think it's more important to get sidetracked when it comes to writing shit down than it is to complete that task. So that's kind of what I got going on right now. All right, I'm out of here.